it's an upside down.
You got me with that one.
What sort of message is this sending to the youth?
He's on his laptop planning shit, and the kid comes in the room. It's like he's shutting the laptop, and his wife.
He's watching a suicide bomber video with his fucking headphones in,
just to see if it's good enough. And
what kind of message to send? Don't ever run while holding explosives. I would have to say that was.
Do you know? I mean, okay, there's a scene. I think it's giving too much away. Where
you give away whatever you want. It's your movie.
I know, yeah, but I'm foolish to myself.
Oh, okay.
There's a scene where a sheep gets blown up. The most common thing is, did a sheep really get blown up? Because, like, as if you're allowed to blow up a sheep unless you eat it, which we did, which is fine. So we did blow up a sheep and ate it, I mean, there's exploding animals, I think we should say.
Yes.
Like my co-writers, Sam and Jesse, they call it the film about the fucking crow.
I forgot about the bird.
Yeah.
There's one funny scene where they're all driving somewhere and they're moving explosives from a hideout to somewhere else because they think that they've been, and the fucking car breaks down, and they keep yelling at the whole film to fix this piece of shit car, and they have to walk down the street holding bags of explosives. It was just a great fucking.
It's
scene.
almost like the Three Stooges.
Yeah,
it really is.
Except there was 5 of them, and they wanted to murder Zionists.
I know, I understand that, but there's a Three Stooges thing happening in this movie.
But the thing that was scary about them was that you humanized them in a way which showed that they were radical. It showed their doubts about being radical. It showed how stupid what they were going to do. It showed how committed they are to what they do. And it's like you could interact with any one of those people. They were very fucking real people, which makes them more frightening.
Well, I mean, look, in real life, these, they don't go around with kind of suits on dressed as Ming the Merciless. It's sort of, and it's weird to imagine that actually they can be people like the head of the guys that bombed London was a sort of teaching assistant. People really liked him. He used to give lifts to kids who couldn't get to school on time. And so when he went and did something like that, people's heads, particularly people who worked with him, just went, what?
Yeah,
I remember that one.
The 9/11 attackers were all regular middle-class guys, or most of them were. It's like
some of them were quite odd.
Yeah,
I mean, like the leader of the cell when they lived in Hamburg, Mohammed Assa, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have thought this was possible. You'd say all those guys are so extreme. They're basically
big
going to be
Scrabble
the same.
fan.
Yeah, no, he used to eat nothing but mashed potato. He used to eat nothing but mashed potato and then sit there shoveling it into his mouth saying, "Food is boring."
They are tasty.
Are you kidding?
No.
What
I'm not.
shits he must have taken.
No craving.
So he's one of those guys, he wanted to feel something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just needed
That's what got his heart rate going.
A steering wheel and a fucking building.
But do you believe this, true or false, right? When he used to use the bathroom, the others used to tease him because he urinated so loudly. And he would come back and they'd all be laughing and like making him feel awkward. And he said, "It's not me, it's nothing to do with me, it's the doors, the bathroom doors, they're Jewish." He actually said they used to call him. He was so strict that lot used to call him the Ayatollah. You wouldn't have thought that was possible.
Wow, yeah, it's.
I mean, I'm crazy, but this guy, this guy's out of his mind.
This guy's really crazy.
I'll kill every man, woman, and child, but Jesus Christ, put some salt on the potatoes,
you lunatic.
There's a scene in the movie too where they break down and he accuses one of the car parts of being Jewish.
Exactly.
The spark plugs are Jewish. That's probably where that came from.
That's exactly where that came from. Yeah,
the writing is just amazing. A lot of fans on the phones here.
It's not about me though.
Jonathan in Maryland. We're talking to Chris Morris, the director of Four Lions.
Oh, hi, Chris.
Hi, Jonathan.
How are you doing? I'm a big fan of your work. Jam, Brass Eye, Nathan Barley, and even your appearances on the IT Crowd.
Wow. Steady now. You've listed the whole lot.
You did one of my favorite comedy sketches ever in Jam, where the guy commits suicide by jumping off the second floor 42 times.
Yeah. I thought that was beautiful.
42 times.
Well, it was like the first floor balcony 40, just in case he changed his mind. But it was great to film that because, you have to put a stuntman through that 42 times. It was basic. And each time he sort of gets up and looks a bit more groggy. And then gets but, it's a way to do it, right?
Yes.
That's great that you kill people in comedies, though. That's not enough of that. It's like it's fucking funny.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
You got a question, Jonathan, or no?
Yeah, I do. Are you ever going to work with Charlie Brooker again?
I hope to, yeah. Charlie Brooker's a writer in Britain. This guy I wrote Nathan Barley with. He'll probably come over here and be huge in 5 years. It's very funny. And I hope to, yeah. We just kind of, we keep having meetings, but we just don't get it together. Maybe our brains are just turning slowly to grit and rubbish. But we hope to get one thing out. Maybe it'll be a 7-second podcast before we both shuffle off.
Oh.
I don't want to end on a downer. Yes is the hopeful answer. Yeah, come on.
All right.
Let's be hopeful about this. Happy ending.
Happy ending, yes. I've been waiting for a second series of Nathan Barley. I always wanted to find out what would happen.
For us that don't, I don't know.
What is Nathan Barley?
Yeah, we don't know what it's about.
It's about hipsters basically. It's a sort of like a satire on the sort of people, a bit like Vice magazine, people who sort of try too hard to be cool. People who try too hard to be cool. Right. Then there's you get those in every generation.
Hipsters are
and you
great
can, like,
fodder.
I mean,
to goof on these days.
It's sort of. I mean, go on. You describe it.
Oh, yeah, it's more or less, it's about the new age of internet, how everyone's using YouTube. It's a mockery of it.
I don't go for that.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Yeah, please.
There's no one to root for.
Who do you root for? They're just having fun.
What is the message?
So
the message is everyone's an idiot.
So was it a series or a film?
It was a 6-part series.
Oh, 6-part series. Oh, see, the fucking British know 6 and you're done. That's The Office, 2 seasons, 6 each season.
You're looking at big fans of the British Office there, Chris.
Yeah.
Huge fans.
I mean, really.
The American version's better, though.
I'm kidding. It was all right at first.
But you guys,
we don't know when to get off. We don't.
Things just some great things go on. Sometimes great things go on for ages, and I really don't understand where that comes from. You know, it's something like South Park, on and on and on.
Right?
How does that happen? Is it kind of different?
Cartoon,
like you got to work hard here. Maybe we're just lazy.
No, I think because they're dealing with topical material.
Yeah, they didn't. They haven't jumped the shark
at all.
And there's no aging,
right?
And as in real life, nobody gets old, nobody dies, so you can have the same characters.
You don't got to bring in that awful kid character.
You can bring in dead people. You can do whatever you want in a cartoon.
Except for your Empire, you went a little long with that.
Yeah, sure, but I mean,
that was
the EastEnders might have seen better days. Like fucking season 40. I've never even seen. I just know it's a show.
The whole point of that is it just kind of stumbles on, and people still watch it. You know,
how many years has that been on?
Oh, at least 20.
Okay.
Wow.
Really
It's like Days of Our Lives, I guess, or one of those soaps. I like that. I'm McDonald Carey.
McDonald Carey for Days of Our Lives. And it's like
decades of our lives.
The person that was like the young hot broad is now the matriarch of the family. She's been coming into work every fucking day, filming those god-awful soap
Except when
operas.
she's getting her face yanked back.
And then they write her out. She's on vacation.
Yeah. I fucking, you want off the subject, but I went to Chiller Theater last week to meet some of these, like, I love these old actors and these obscure celebrities, and it was getting photo with the Dallas cast, and I Dream of Jeannie, and just Charlene Tilton and some of the older. Larry Hagman looks the same, but the rest of them, it's like, oh, God.
He's got that new liver.
Does he really look the same?
Yeah, but he's sitting there. But I
is.
mean, he still looks good for Larry. I mean, he was making. Why are you signing shit? He was making $250,000 in like '79 an episode.
Yeah, why does he have to sit there?
What did he do with his money?
Because he had a mortgage.
Got a liver,
They shook
too.
it up. They shook it up. I'm telling you.
You think he had health insurance?
Yes, SAG and after.
Drank like crazy.
Oh, is he a drinker?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He had to
He's
get
a
a new
big-time
liver.
drinker.
All right.
He was ready to die. He was like a day away from death. And then, of course, they got the celebrity liver on the platter. Well, we found one for you, Mr. Hagman.
And sure, they canceled his health insurance right before they found some sort of pre-existing condition.
Why not?
Patrick Duffy was there.
Was he there?
Yeah,
How
he
did
looks.
look?
Fucking.
What about Charlene Tilton?
Yeah.
Is she tilting the scales these days? Get it?
No, but you know what? I think I have my picture on here. I'll show you.
Actually,
my
did a benefit the day before Halloween, and there was a woman who was the same age as that's the lady who played I Dream of Jeannie.
Yes.
That was Barbara
Okay,
Eden.
she was wearing that outfit, and she was like in her early 60s, and she had the midriff out and everything. It was back out. It was just. It was like.
Did you not feel a respect at some level, a respect for that?
Yeah, I did because you know what it looked like? It looked like after someone lands with a parachute. Not when the air's completely out of it, when it's just sort of half full. That's what her back looked like. It was, and I know
that's the most beautiful description of that condition I think I've ever heard.
It was very delicate.
Collapsing canopy. Yeah.
But it was like, I mean, I usually don't pick on someone like that. What's she supposed to do? But she doesn't care.
Can I see too,
She
Jimmy?
doesn't look that bad. She looks older.
Let me see.
But they show the
Let's turn
picture
that
of her
around.
behind.
That's a little rough.
She could look worse.
Maybe get the other picture off the wall.
Yeah.
Well, you got to have the pictures up there so people know who they are.
I got a picture of
True,
where's Larry Hagman? He still looks pretty much.
Look at Jimmy's pictures.
Yeah, really.
I know. I'm sorry. We got to throw
Big time director, hot movie, and we're looking at your celebrity photos.
Sorry about that. We're just talking about old people.
Jimmy loves his celebrity photos.
No, but
by the
come
way.
on, Larry Hagman. It's like, come on.
Larry looks great.
I told you he does.
Let me see Larry.
Everyone talk
Let me
shit.
see.
Go see Larry.
Jim, surely now. Because I talk shit.
You know, Bill and Chris see Larry, everybody else goes to fuck themselves, and they wonder what Larry looks like. We talk movies again.
Do you go to cinema? When you go to see films, do you say, I'm just going to go to a theater where they let you take out your laptop and look at your pictures?
I actually bother people during the climax of the movie. Look, I met the guy who worked with this actor once. You get it? Shut up.
There's an obsession there, Chris. He
Shit, it's
loves his
fantastic.
celebrity photos.
I think it would be dangerous if you put a lid on that. I think you've got to let it.
I really
let
do.
it breathe.
Oh,
let it out.
it's fun.
Let it breathe.
Let it out.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
I know.
one of those people
Stalker.
on that laptop is dead.
Yeah,
If you're not allowed to show the
exactly,
pictures to people.
Certain people
We
are
kn- we
laughed
know-
at for their obsession. Mark David Chapman. Come on, let it go. It's unhealthy. So how was this film released in Britain already? Can we talk about this on a show on Fox about 6 months ago? They showed the scene where they're buying.
The bleach.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, how do you just? He's like, you go to the same place to buy all the bleach, and he goes, yeah, but I change my voice every time. And he has a beard. They're like, but you're the same guy. He's like, and they did 3 voices, and he did one. He goes, well, what's this voice? And he goes, well, it's an IRA guy. He goes, that's a terrorist. Why would you make a terrorist voice? Fucking great.
That is great.
And then how he covered up his beard.
Oh, because he says he's a woman. And they're
Yeah.
like, but you've got a beard. He goes, I cover it. And he's got his hands over his face.
Yeah, just
Dude, I
ridiculous.
laughed out loud at that movie.
Well, you know what's it's
that's
scary, kind of, when we played it in Britain, we got requests, and it's actually happened here as well, that sort of police departments or people who work in anti-terror say, oh, can we play this to our kind of like recruits as almost like a training video? And you think, no, it can't be that. What? You really going to be, is it because you take real life and you kind of exaggerate it a bit for a film, but then they're playing it back into the system as if like, no, this is the kind of guy you got to watch out for.
This is what you're going to be dealing with.
Yeah.
That's who you should
I don't know.
profile.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's very strange.
All good
Not
actors, too,
surprised,
by the way.
though.
All
Oh,
great.
maybe they just want to. Yeah, they're great. They're
All
great,
those guys
actors,
were fucking
Oh,
terrific. Are any of those guys, because there's some guys that are huge in Britain that we don't know.
Yeah, are they
here.
famous?
Any of those guys really big over there?
They're on the way up. I mean,
Okay.
one guy, Kayvan, who plays Wadge, does a sort of phone jacker thing. You know, he phones people up. He's great on voices, so you know he does that, and then he's doing it in real life too.
Which
with
guy
kind
is
of
he?
masks. He plays Wadge, the not so bright one.
Oh, he's the guy that had like
least
the weird
bright
little
one.
who.
No,
Spoiler
Wadge is
alert.
like you know, he's Omar's brother. He's Omar's buddy.
Is he the
you know, it's
confused
like,
guy?
yeah, it's in my heart and in my brain, the confused guy.
Oh, yeah.
Confused face, yeah. Takes a picture of his face to see if he's confused, yeah.
Oh, God, that was
No, but he does a
hilarious,
great
too.
show. Phone jack.
Am I confused?
I forgot about that. That was...
Yeah.
I got to pop this in right when I get home.
Dude,
Yeah,
I should have called you yesterday and
Popping
told
right
you.
in.
It's because a lot of times we don't want to watch the film because a lot of times we just
Quite
shit.
understand.
Lazy.
But it was so great.
So let's talk about the other films that are coming out on Friday in quite a negative way.
Yes, of course.
Megamind. Have you seen Megamind?
fuck
please.
that
Oh,
stupid animation.
Hey,
Brad
fuck
Pitt.
cartoons.
That's
Enough with
Kazoo
Brad
from the
Pitt.
Flintstones. They
Yeah,
just reworked it.
exactly.
You don't have to worry about that film.
That wasn't kind
What
of
else?
a review. It was just a kind of like avalanche of negative noise.
What
It
other-
was pretty
Yeah, what other movies are coming out Friday?
That
Chris?
works, though. That
Due
works.
date.
Huh?
Even if you liked
Oh,
it,
due date.
You can wait to see that till next week because
That's-
that'll be around longer. This is in less theaters, so go see this.
And that's planes, trains, and automobiles.
Exactly.
Seen it already.
It is.
I think it is too.
It looks just like it.
I think they made that movie already.
But every generation wants
Isn't that
their...
Zach through the glass there?
It doesn't,
Hey,
wow, it does look like
Zach,
Zach.
Is he one of your guys?
Yeah,
He does look
that's
like
Devin.
Zach.
He does. He get a lot of times. People come up in New York about 3 or 4 times already.
Oh, my
You know,
God.
you go to a restaurant, people go, "Oh,
Holy shit.
yeah." Suddenly you get golden service until he says, "No, I'm not him," and then it's gone
Why
away.
would he do that? Just
I-
go with it.
Of course he should, or just tell people
Go
he's kind of
with
a
it.
fat, like, Unabomber. That's what he looks like. Ted Kaczynski.
Hey, you know,
other-
I wanted. That was a
Al
question I
Zarqawi.
had. If some woman thinks he's Zach Galifianakis, right? He doesn't reveal that he isn't, and he bangs her. Is he in trouble on any level? Is that some sort of form
No.
of
Bill
rape?
Burr lookalike going
What shit
around.
is going to
I'm
admit?
just asking. I'm just asking.
What do
No.
you look like, Bill?
Yeah, how's this going to
don't
work
know.
out for you?
I think maybe DNA, alibis, things like
There's a
that.
Happy
No, 'cause-
Days thing going on
no,
here.
'cause
What's he
it was-
called?
And please
Howard.
say no, Ralph Malph. I've always looked way more like Ralph Malph. They always say Ron Howard.
Yeah, I'd say Ron Howard.
What you
Donnie
should
Most.
do is here's what you do. You fuck the girl, and as you're coming, you say, I'm not Zach. And you fucking let your seed leak down her leg. Well, you don't tell her, and then she calls Zach thinking she's got a kid with him.
Yeah.
She realizes it's just some guy.
I said Mac. Mac Galifianakis.
Actually, that's an interesting case. If legally, if she never knows that he isn't Zach,
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
He has no obligation to that
Yeah, he doesn't
dumbbell.
have
No.
He should get his ball. He should say, "Look, Zach loves his ass eating, and she has to eat his ass." He should really humiliate her. That's what I would do. As if the act of fucking me wouldn't be bad enough.
That's so misogynistic.
Yeah.
Who do I root for in that? I just don't know who to root for.
I don't know
The guy
who
with the
it is.
fucking ski mask and the knife and the erection. As a rule of thumb, that's the guy who should win.
Shit.
Well, let's thank Chris Morris for
Yes.
stopping by.
Yeah, I guess we're done for the day.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
thank
movie's
you.
called Four Lions. Comes out tomorrow. Please